Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all doing well because we are in for a punch today. This is Moba India Championship Round 3, Day 14. And on the roster today, we have Team Zenith on the blue side going up against Team Conquerors on the red side. And on the caster's desk, it is me, Asuya, joined in by Debbie. So, hey there, Debbie.
Yeah, how are you doing? Because this is a time where we have to see, teams that are not really popping off to have their stage set up for themselves. Because right now we are always going to be ready for some different kinds of bands and some different kinds of synergy as well. On top of that, we have to see what kind of things they will be bringing onto the table. Because right now, for the first band, we have seen Carmela being taken away.
Indeed, these both of them are new teams, so let's just wait and see what they will cook up because right now we are seeing the meta bans happening. Badang always like especially in the Indian meta, he is such a great pick and almost banned in most of the ranks and all the tournaments. And we all know why because the amount of control this guy has is so devastating. No one wants to face off against him.
Yeah, this is a Badang who do not want to be in the opponent's side of him. Meanwhile, for their side, they can take out any kind of heroes, that they can leave out any kind of assassin heroes because they already have banned out the Badang and they are into the second phase. They are into the second pick, so they can utilize to this own advantage. But meanwhile, for the other side, we have seen Justin being taken away. It's kind of unlikely to see, when you are into the first pick, you banning out the Justin. It's kind of unlikely, but it's kind of still there, because the meta is not shifting, and I think meta means Justin is gonna be having a great time, so they are taking it away. Understandable.
Yep, exactly. And then again, though, hiding out Carmela can be a good option in the second phase because even though this roamer is really great and the ring, the ultimate, the curse of blood, if it connects well, it can change the tide, the outcome of a gank happening. But then again, there are, I believe, many other heroes which can be banned and they take over priority over the Carmela, though.
Yeah, this is a kind of a different drama we have seen so far. So yeah, only the Matilda being banned is very, normal, but the Badang being banned is also good, but we haven't seen the Badang ban into this first phase. It's always situational ban as well because, even though it's a very good hero, he has been picked very late, and most of the time, so there are so many prior heroes now because the goal lanes have been opened, the jungles have been opened because there are so many choices, a wide choices. So Suyo is what Fight Garlic is going to be going for because I've seen this hero being a first pick, but if you are first picking the Suyo without banning out the potential counters, you're going to be facing other heroes that can be so good against him. But right now, for the other side, they have to take out the jungle for themselves as well because the Julian has been such a metaphor, you know, popping up quite a lot these days, and I've seen him being put into the jungle and having the chance of getting that snowball potential going on.
Indeed, especially with the buff to the rose gold, we are seeing a lot of marksmen, a lot of fighters being, picked up quite often, and Julian definitely being one of them because the rose gold, concentrated energy, along with the feather of heaven, gives him so much sustainability that he is almost a menace. And Suyo being one of those junglers who really need an early game snowball to perform well in those team. In like it will be dictating how well your next phase, the middle phase, and the late phase of the game will be going right there and then. So, like the entire team, the entire draft needs to be something which is not heavily, can be balanced, but then again, something which can support this Leo, and he can be the one who can clean up, who can take away those capitalize on low HP kills. So, maybe a burst poke kind of draft would suit them better right now. So I am seeing Valir being picked up, and that's the mentality. When you see a high loss, just pick up a Valir.
Yeah. This is a chance, right, for the Conquest to have the counter for the Hylos again. So Valir, he hasn't been that much of a popularity because the laning is not really good for him, but he's still good with with those annoyance with the fireballs as well with the stun that he kept dishing out, especially onto heroes like the Hylos. I feel like this is a direct answer for that Hylos, but they if they have a Valier now, it's kind of hard for him to escape any kind of damage or any kind of dive that's gonna be potentially coming out from the Julian. So this is kind of a overthinking part from their side, but maybe they have a chance of their own or try to have a better execution into these early stages of this game. But that's where the Louis is gonna be appearing. She's gonna be there trying to be the nuisance, providing a lot of CCs to the Ninian reaction most of the time. So it's gonna be hard for an early game for both of these teams because whoever comes out on top into this early stages of this game, they will be having that good lead for themselves. But you know what? The carry will might actually be the deal breaker here too.
Experience the
Exactly,
usefulness of
definitely, because
rain.
she has a lot of damage, especially against that Hylos. So right now, what I'm thinking is like the Valier as well as the carry has been definitely picked up just to counter out that Hylos. Will make sense because he is an annoying hero after all. A lot of sustain can be the flex pick, but then again, maybe picking up a CC against the Hylos could be a better option than trading off Valid because he does have early. Then again, it heavily depends on whether you're able to hit the enemy with the first skill or not. You really need to time out that second skill to push people away. And considering that they do have a Loey as well as the Julian, they can just use up, the teleport from her ultimate, just go behind the Valid, go behind the carry, and the amount of short range they have, they will be bursted down pretty quickly just by that combo coming from the macro control coming in from Loey.
Yeah, this is definitely something to be looked out for, especially the diversity like you mentioned. But I kind of have a thought there. Why are they banning out the grandeur when the other side already have a carry as well as a studio into their hands? Because even though the grandeur has been used into the gold lane most of the time, it can also be flexed into the jungle, and both of these heroes' roles has been picked already. So it's kind of a waste of a ban, I would say, but yeah, they might have a
Vessel
choice
of
over
honor,
of their own as
going
well.
to
So another tanky
Stanton.
frontliners is gonna be popping up here. The Gatot has been completely left open, so it's gonna be a thick and disgusting combo that's gonna be coming out from the high notes as well as the Gatot. But what we do not know yet is who's gonna be going into the XP because I kind of vouch for the Gatot to be playing the XP side because the combination of the high notes and a Louis can be a deadly combo
Light
in the
me up
early
and
stages of
watch
this
the
game, and the
world
rotation
burn.
that are gonna have is gonna be
Feel
such a penny for
a
this early
chord
game.
grow.
Definitely, because Louis has so much damage, high loss with the Ring of Punishment. Like right now, they have so much early. Not to mention that right from level 3, Julian becomes a bomb. He can snowball the entire game. So the early game looks to be quite good in the side of Team Conquerors right now. They just need to execute it well. Might even go in for some invades right now because Expert, even though he is a great fighter, but then again, in the early, the Faraga armor when it's pretty easy to melt down, and that's all you need. Just melt down that armor, and he won't be able to sustain in those team fights. Won't be useful because he wouldn't have his ultimate right there.
Yeah, I kind of see the reason, right, with the Xbox pick here for Flight Premier, though. They just want to have that true damage in their own kit, but like you mentioned, I feel like it's just so easy for the
Chivalry
Louis
is
to burst it
dead,
down,
and I
and the
will revive
Faraga
it.
will not be that much of a prior into this early stages of this game, where the Louis is going to be shining quite a lot as well in composition with the Hylos and Julians, not to mention the damage output is going to be there, but you know what? These is gonna be dependent on the execution. But right now, the goal line has been set for both of these teams. So the clean and the carry, I feel like the clean is gonna be having a good time against the carry because of the range that he has. But the damage, the late game damage, is potentially be onto the hands of the carry. But this is where the early game, execution is gonna be so important for both of these teams.
Definitely. And like you mentioned, the carry, like the side of Team Zenith, they should be having a carry center draft right there because she really needs some space considering she has a low range for attacks. But then again, we do see they do have a Bellric as the export, but once their ultimates are used up, especially the export, he wouldn't be able to provide any zoning or anything coming in from his side. So carry would be out in the open. Same goes for this Leo right there. He's one of those junglers who can be good at initiating, considering he does have a lot of retreats onto his hands. But then again, he is more suited to be the clean, the ones who cleans up the low HP. So let's just see how they're able to perform it because The synergy from the side of Team Zenith looks to be a bit low considering that the side of Team Conquerors has such a good meta balanced draft right now.
Yeah, balanced draft is what you're gonna be aiming for here. But when we talk about the draft, it's actually Xbox is definitely supposed to have a good time to this early stages of this game where he's gonna be pairing up with the Gatot Kaza and he's gonna be having a time of his life, just flaming out the XPs of Gatot here. But then it comes down to the late game too, right? The mid game, the late game, well, the first turtle is gonna be set by both of the teams. The objective will be onto the focus to really net them because one of the jungles are very, very early game dependent heroes. So it's gonna be the first hitter which will be the deciding match of this game. So the early game potentiality for both of these teams is unnerving, but the set is potentially going to be good. But the XP laner is where they are going to be dependent on today's objectives that we have. And so far, we have seen the Gatot has been bullied quite a lot by the Xbox here. This is the early game, and we have to see what they're going to be going for here. But look at that, they're just trying to attack.
It is time coming in from the Valier and the first blood will be taken away so easily, lowering a really low HP, and the follow-up will be there. A double kill for the side of Team Zenith right now. Meanwhile, it will be traded off with one kill in the hands of Julian. But then, Debbie, like since Team Conquerors does have such a great early, such a strong early, but I feel that they're not making use of the potential pretty well. Julian in a really low HP once again will be taken down right before the turtle.
Oh, that's not good actually for for Julian because where we have mentioned that Julian does need the early game and as well as the three and so far the prepping is definitely done by Team Zenith here and they're gonna be securing the first objective of this game and this is gonna be their stepping stone right now because right now they are into the 1K goal lead very very early on and definitely taking down the Julian so early is gonna be putting the Conquerors back into the title right here but the Cyrus and sure is gonna be bring into play the carry might have to be careful here.
Yep, and with that, Carrie was the one. I definitely thought it would be Carrie, the casualty, but it was kind of reversed. She used up the flicker, and instead
Yeah.
it was a casualty from the side of Team Zenith. But then again, like I mentioned before, they should be playing it a bit more aggressive, but then they're not, wasting the early game potential they have. And if things go on like this, like they do not have the late game onto their hands, they only have the low A. But from the side of Team Zenith, they do have a carry which will be scaling off pretty much more than their draft.
Yeah, it is kind of a skill dependent hero also for Queen here. Meanwhile, for the carry, he's purely dependent on the basic attacks as well. So if Team Zenith have this early game into the hands, the late game is really gonna be theirs. But look at that, the fight is going on.
Okay, the Glur Sparkler coming in, the Yin Yang combo right there. Julian trying to take down the sail, but he will just be dashing it away. A lot of waste of resources, but not even a single casualty. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Argadutkacha having an easy time against the export. So, but then once again, Hylos trying to do something right there, trying to provide some vision, and the poking games going on left and right.
Yeah, this is what you're gonna be having when you have a put mages onto your side. One of these teams have mages that are so good at poking, but look at press onto the bot side. It's gonna be Nezreal falling down again. So this is gonna be a two that's so far for the goal leader of the side of Team Conqueror. So we have to it's safe to say that the carry is going to be having a good farm into his hands because the focus is surely gonna be onto the goal lane here too.
Metro, meanwhile, in the top lane, Garukkacha in a really low HP, but here comes the backup from the Julian and Cleo with the stun right there. The ultimate coming from the AOTT dropping down right there, but it will be Julian who will be taking down Garukkacha using that flicker. Okay, he just dashes away and like still did not in a good position right now. Easy turtle for the side of Team Zenith.
Yeah, teams and hits are calling all the shots so far because the second turtle is going to be onto their focus again, onto their side, and this is definitely going to be them the goal lead that they are looking for, and they are perfectly sitting in a 1.5 goal lead very early on, not even 5 minutes into the game, and they are calling all the shots still. So it's going to be hard for Julian here, right? He's really not having a good time of trying to farm it up, and I feel like he can opt to go for this good reward forcing in order to survive a little bit of onslaught, but then the melee comes into play with the basic damage as well. So look at that. The Hylos is not definitely having a good time with all the shots land by the Valir here. So safe to say that the set that's gonna be done by the Hylos when he's trying to play aggressive or passive. It's not gonna be working here so far, but we have to focus on the builds too, right? Because the first build is definitely going for Ice Queen One or Valier here. So he's just trying to look for the slow poke and try to zone out as many members as possible for the side of the fair. But look at that, getting free.
Oh yes, and the stand connecting in right there. Already just looking for some engagements right there. Meanwhile, in the top lane, I think another the first year of top will be taking down the macro as well as the micro, definitely in the hands of team. I'll send it right down with the core lead of 5k onto their hands. At the same time, I really believe, Hylos is definitely not having the best time of his life. Willie is constantly bullying him. So I think, even though he definitely is baiting out all the skills away, but then the Julian needs to find a flank to take down the Valir, and Louis needs to contribute to some damage in those team fights. In the mid lane, some skirmish happening, the diversion coming in. They are looking for some kill, but no, nothing. Onto the grab slightly.
I would say there was an outward position of attackers and to say because I cannot be a pencil attack coming out from them, but teams in it, I feel like they can beat this out very well because their goaling hasn't been in the game a lot, but they had to focus on the highlight again.
A glorious pathway coming in, and one casualty right there. Julian will be forced to flicker away, and with that, the purple will also be denied. And things are not looking good for Team Conquerors with that. Look at the rest of the team. Okay, Louis getting stunned right there. The damage taken is too much. He's trying to stun them away, but just one skill is all
Oh,
that he done. Louis will be taken down. And with that, a double kill secured right then and there. The AOTG dropping down, but the flicker will be there. Pretty easy escape for Asuyo. Someone with so many abilities to go down the rank. But Carrie coming in with that ultimate of his. Nezuha trying to move away, but it will not be enough as she will be taken down. Oh my god.
and this is a very, very good sign for Team Zenith when you are winning your goalie is winning a solo kill onto the lane itself. It's just a call of darkness, I would say, and especially a carry and a clean. You never know. Who would have thought that the carry will be soloing a clean onto this game? But so far we have seen that the Queen is so behind in this one, and he doesn't have the required babysitting that he needs. Meanwhile, for Carey, he's been sitting on a perfect position where the teams have been so on point with the games that's coming out from them, and they're just giving him the goal, every goal that he needed. So he's gonna be as such a menace, especially for the Hylos and the Kata, not to mention. So they have to be careful now at this time because the frontliners are not gonna be doing anything much. And on top of that, they have an explode with the two giants with the war explodes. Also, what can they do here for Team the Conquerors? I do not know what are the chances for them.
Definitely, and on top of that, he does have 4 lives right now, an extra life provided just by that immortality. So they're looking to be really strong right now, almost a 10k goal laid onto the hands, and the first lord of the game, easy onto the grab. Just like I said before, Louis, like the side of Team Conquerors does have a Louis. She really needs to aim someone, try to melt down some of the HPs right there. And Julian needs to find some flank because I think Hylos, even though he's getting melted down, he is being a bait, which you really need.
Yeah, the bait is what they have to look for, and he does go for the full hit pull of Destiny, and I feel like he should rush that Radiant Armor instead of that, but look at that fight as well.
Okay, that was a very, very bad positioning for him, and he will be taken down. For there, I think there is some communication gap coming in from the side. Because just look at them, the way they're losing out on the macro, left and right, and like not even a single turret down from the side of Team Zenith right now.
Yeah, and then it's not gonna be looking good when you have a highly early game hero dependence like this, and you losing out. Just a sign that you are not gonna be having that win conditions that you have. The team points are not straight for you, but look at that, the dive.
Hellos with the result with the red light has also been popped out. Julian going in for the kills. Immortality has been taken down, but of course it is the Xbox one turret down though. The Lord marching down, the Holy Shield taken away. Kata still struggling. The ultimate from the Willy. He is sandwiched between 3 people, and his life will be taken away from him. Meanwhile, in the bot, just look at Carrie how confident she is. She's like, even though I do not have anyone beside me, can you take me down?
Yeah, that's the question here. Can you even take me down if I'm in front of you? That's what he's saying right now, right? Showing all the dominance that he did. But look at the top side.
Okay, Julian trying his best to take that one hit onto the Xbox, but of course the beautiful rotation coming in from the Suyo, the backup is so wonderful at this point that you cannot take even a single life onto your hands.
Oh, that's, this is a very fine that Julian, and even looking at the XP so far, it's not gonna be looking good for him as well. Meanwhile, for Garlic, he's sitting in a perfect lead. Julian is so behind. He does have only two items on his kit, and this is not what you need for a Julian. Not to mention 10 minutes of this game, and he hasn't had the farm that he required. And all the shots has been called by Team Zenith here, even if they want to go for those aggressive kind of team fights, they are willing to do so because they have the equipment to go for it, and then they do have the set too. And I mean, for the Conquerors, right? They do not have the lead onto the Louis, so the Louis when he's behind, I feel like she didn't have the net control. The diversion is completely gonna be useless, even if she try to go for a Mary play. That's the only thing that they can go for, and even so, it's gonna be hard because looking at the scores, it's already 14-1, and the goal lead is 11. So we don't see this kind of goal leads in 11 minutes, right?
Yep, definitely. And with that, if you do look at the equipments though, Hylas, he could have gone in for the Elegant Gem and the rest of the equipments first, but just decided to go in for the Clock of Destiny. And like they do have equipments, but then look at the gold lead, like 8k gold in the hands of Xbox right now, 9k in the Suyo. Like they are doing so well right now, and I think the second lot of the game would be pretty uncontested unless Louis, makes a great diversion gameplay and changes the entire tide of the battle. I do not see any hopes for the side right now.
Yeah, this is going to be hard because there's no security onto the boosters. And for the Senate unit, they do understand where the position of the Louis is going to be changed in because they are securing all the boosters there too. So it's going to be hard, even if they try to contest at the start. They are just so behind. They do not have the damage, and even the lock clearance will not be enough because the Queen is kind of the marksman that's highly dependent on those skills as well. Also, yeah, in comparison to the carry, he's not gonna be having a good time clearing out the lore as well as the gremlins that's gonna be spawning right about the lore too. So I feel like Zenith, if they can try to go for some kind of like sinking into the lanes and try to step out, try to sink their minions in good position with the Lord, they'll be able to focus onto these three inhibitors at once and try to zone out, isolate the members of the Conquerors because they have the chances, they have the equipment, and even they have some chance of survivability into their kit as well.
Yes. And with that, the Lord marching down his top lane isn't synced well enough though. And with that, the team also following up behind, looking for some exchange, the final exchange of the game, the first inhibitor of the game, the AOTG dropping down on the carry, but everything else is missed out. Julian looking for an exchange. Flag on to the Waleed. Waleed taking a lot of damage right there from the carry as well as the Waleed. Will he be the one on the casualty? Of course he will be. Carry will be melting him down so easily. Meanwhile, in the front lanes, it will be a Pride Bunny who will be taken down by the Louis. That's all she needed though. She was looking for an opportunity for people to just gather up, to group up, so that easy yin yangs to everyone. But the team fight is still on. They are looking to take down the third inhibitor, the only one which is remaining in the hands of Team Conquerors right now.
Yeah, I feel like this is perfectly good enough for Zenith. They did lose our fight for Neo to this for extending a little bit because the zoning coming out from Gata zoning out to other DPS might eventually be a good thing here because he traded his life, but he's just he's just trying to save out one inhibitor at least, so in order to make them stay in this game for as long as they wants to be. But then again, it's kind of hurt, right? It's kind of hurt because their only late game win condition might eventually be putting all onto the hands of the queen right here. But even so, the carry has already been farmed up and he's going to be having the time of his life just trying to move in and out, just trying to dish out the damage because he does have the frontliners as well as the protector on her side. Meanwhile, the tanky frontliners for the side of the compare is not having a good time because the true damage is too much for them to handle. Even Buster with the AOTC, even if he can dive in, there are so many kinds of CCs coming out that can literally displace him time and time again. So yeah, the position is going to be so worrisome for the Conquerors here.
Yep, definitely. The damage is so much. We just look at Suyo. He hasn't even gone in for the Blood Wings right now. Complete damage equipments right there. They are so confident right now because he knows there is support from the team. And one thing which does lack from the side of Team Conquerors is like even if Karukacha is diving in, even if Julian is diving in for the backliners, and that's like they know who is the priority. Then again, there isn't enough support coming in from the rest of the teammates. Louis really needs to, plan up those diversions, take like a little bit of damage to the carry or even the valet so that Julian can just swipe clean it up. But then we do see some skirmishes happening right there. Okay, Fright Bunny taking a lot of damage right there. And here comes the ultimate. Will be Julian who will be falling down. Oh my god, right before the Lord. One jungler down. Hylo's trying to just clear up, trying to defend the last inhibitor, which is there. The yin yang combo coming in. And Karukara is trying to taunt someone. But of course, Cleo, that's how irritating he is. So much escape, so much invincibility onto his hands, and with that, the last remaining inhibitor will also be taken down. Will this be the end? Will this be the final march as they are still trying to push in? The team fights the true damage coming in from the carriers. The Xbox Rider Glorious Pathway coming in. The Ring of Punishment trying to discharge some damage. The Lord also joining in right there. And the AOTG dropping down. But once again, Carry will be just dodging it away. Valid trying to tank it up. And I do not think with the Vengeance is trying to save him. But of course, it will be another casualty. And the damage coming in from the carry. The ultimate coming from Melrick once again. And Louis will be melted down along with Nezuka. The base's HP is also draining down. And it will be a perfect victory in the hands of Team Zenith.
Victory!
What a perfect condition for them, just making out their builds, making out their early game, using the early game for their full potential. I'm looking at the builds of the series of why he's been going on for full damage because he knows that he's a level ahead, he's levels ahead, his goals, he's got all the goals that he's looking for, and whenever he dives in with the Soul Saver, he's always gonna be hurting the backline as well as the front line too because his XP based damage, and we have seen how much of a damage that he can deal onto the frontliners too. So when you have a weak frontliner, when you have a hero that can deal with your frontliners, your backliners are gonna be, in a position where they have to look for safety without protection. So this is what happened for Team Conqueror here. They weren't able to find their good positioning even with the Louis so perfectly on. A perfect hero for all those CC constant CC with the Dorothy's too. It wasn't enough because they have been chunked down very very low even before the team fights has been started, and a bit of rotation too coming out from the Conquerors as well because they did take out a fight that they weren't able to do. They were the execution weren't perfect, I would say, because Team Tennis whenever they were looking for objective or team fights there, the synergy coming out from this team has always been on point. So I feel like this is kind of a part where Conquerors should have taken heat on.
Well, definitely, definitely. And like even though they needed some aggressive game style in the early, the entire game they were playing it really, really docile. They were giving away on the skills, they were giving away on the trades, and of course it was a complete snowball. The goal difference, the level difference was so much that they couldn't sustain as it came towards the mid to late. And of course, Team Zenith, they cooked. I mean, just look at them, Debbie. They cooked and they showed it to us. And the names say it too because fried garlic, fried paneer, fried momo. I would love to eat them, man. They're my favorite dishes.
They're kind of making us hungry, don't you think? Everything fried. I mean, everything's fried, but they did fry Team Conquer. They weren't able to conquer Zenith, so they are the one who's gonna be coming out on top and the one who's gonna be moving forward in this tournament. So we are gonna be informing the viewers that this is a team that you have to look out for because I've seen them in the previous tournament so far, and they have been performing so well on this, into this kind of synergy that they had going on for them. So it's a clean slate for clean slate of a win for them with pure dominance as well and pure decision making. So we have to say for the viewers, this is gonna be a team you have to look out for. But meanwhile, we have some more games to go for because this is the first game only. So we are having an excellent pack games later on. But before that, we have to take a short break. See you later.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is a beautiful night, and I hope you're all doing well because this is the Moba India Championship Season 3, and this is round 3, day 14. And today we have on the blue side Team Tri Brawl going up against Team KVMM on the red side. And today on the caster's desk,
Time to
we
drop
have
the
someone
beat.
special.
Your
It is, of
team is
course, Mia
ready.
Suya, but I will be joined in by the GOAT, our Kronos, one of the best casters in India.
Hey, thank you so much, Asuya. You guys see what she did there? She just said it's special because she's on the desk. So every time Asuya is on the desk, of course, it's going to be special. And thank you so much for that, Asuya. But of course, I think it's time to get down to the nitty gritty. These teams have been waiting. Apologize to everyone who's been waiting. You guys are waiting because of me. I didn't know I had a little bit of a timing issue, guys. Sorry about that. But, I mean, the word will be the wait will be worth it because we are gonna get down into the game anyways. And Asia, looking at the way that the MOBA Indian Championships is going around, the way that everything has been coming together, I think this is where teams need to highlight themselves and kind of separate themselves from the rest, right?
Your
Yep,
team is
definitely. And
ready.
especially considering that we are seeing new teams come up day by day, new blood, and it's always exciting to watch these new
Your
teams play
team
out
is
because
banning.
who knows, we might find the diamond in the rough in among these not so known teams.
Yeah, I mean, they might not be known, but they want to make a name for themselves at the moment, and that's what this is all about: finding a position, finding a way to make themselves known, which is the most important part of this. And at the moment, I think looking at the bans, Asuya, it looks okay all across the board, but I still don't understand why, if you're on the blue side, you'd want to ban out Joy and Suyo. So this probably comes down to their comfort in terms of picking the heroes, and that has been the difference maker so far. But at the moment, they are, they're going to go with the Hayabusa in the jungle, which is very counterable, especially as a first pick.
Yep, like maybe considering the Indian meta right now, people really love to pick up that Badang, and also considering how much CC that guy has, maybe going in for something like that, maybe a high loss could happen better because even the Matilda is right there onto the grab, but it's just been taken away by the red side.
Yeah, and I think at the moment, you know what, actually, I want to highlight instantly what the red side have done, right? Because they've gone for the Matilda, which is really good in the roam position, no doubt, kind of synergizes with all the heroes present. But you go for an Aurora, instantly you're putting yourself on the back foot. It's like you take 2 steps forward and 1 step back. Why? Because Aurora does not have the wave clear in the mid lane. Kind of takes a long time for her to clear that out. Yes, with the help of the Matilda, it's possible, but then again, you're not instantly clearing. And I think that comes down to the other side. They go for the Tiger, which has a lot of CC presence. So that instantly means that this Matilda will have to go for a Purify if they're kind of putting any respect towards this Tigreal's implosion. But yes, you're counteracting the Ogi Shadow Kill that comes from the Hayabusa. Oh my goodness, Fire Fist. This guy does not want to wait any longer. He just want to go straight away for that bravest fighter in the backline. And you know that backline's not going to be safe when you're going against that Lapu Lapu.
Well, yes, definitely. But then again, they do have a Matala. Like, even if he goes in for the kills for the aiming, it can just be disrupted by the Matala, the guiding which will be guiding people away. At the same time, I do see some, new picks, especially, I do not even say this Lapu Lapu as well as the, uh, what's his name? I even forgot Thomas. That's how underrated he is right now on the EXP lane pick. Like, both of them are kind of new picks for me, especially in a tournament.
Yeah, I think, I mean, it's new for you, so let me set you the scene, right? This is what usually happens when you go for a Lapu Lapu versus a Thomas. Both of them, they're gonna fight each other out, but nobody's gonna win, nobody's gonna lose, unless and until there's a gank on the other side, if somebody eats up a little bit of a tower damage. So the Cauldron Inferno that comes out from the Thomas definitely deals a lot of damage, especially he wants to be in the midst of the fight, right? He wants to be in the thick of it. And looking at Lapu Lapu, he wants to dive into the back line, so what you're gonna see a lot of, if these players are, up to that level that we expect them to be, they want to cut the waves, proxy each other's waves, and then go back into the team fight. That's what you usually see coming out from a Tamus, especially, and a Lapu Lapu. But given that we're looking at the Indian meta, we might see a lot of 1v1s going against each other. And if the Hayabusa is on point with his rotation, we might just be looking at a Tamus first blood.
Well, might be possible, but then again, we are seeing some different bands right there. Melissa as well as the Julian, I think, right because of that buff onto the Rose Gold Meteor, they've been picked up quite left and right a lot because they can sustain quite a lot with the lifestyle which they'll be having. So, but then again, banning out of Vexana, I think, like, even though it was there earlier where the two queens of the mid lane was Aurora as well as the Vexana, but right now they have much better options. They could have gone in, even for a Valentina because like if they just copy up those ultimates from the Tigreal or even the Wiggy Shadow Kill, like they can have some upper hand with the crowd control they are lacking right now.
Yeah, they definitely need that crowd control, especially in the mid lane going against an Aurora. And you can see on the other side, they take away the Nolan. They don't want to leave any stone unturned. At the moment, they need to fight for a gold laner or a jungler. Looking at the junglers, yes, the Fanny is open, but then that's a very high mechanical hero. Yes, you have the Link, but not the best option over here present. The Julian's been taken off the table. If you ask me, Alpha is the way to go. You have the Matilda, you have the Alpha, Matilda Alpha combination. You guys close your rank game, surrender. You don't even have to fight for it because you know the opposition is going to win. So if you want to boost up your rank games, guys, simple. Just pick the Alpha, pick the Matilda. You're not going to lose, especially if you have an Aurora on your side. That's an easy win. So if you ask me, Red Side's got to go for the Alpha right now because you want to keep your goal laner until the end. Look at what the opposition has to pick up and then counter it in the lane.
Yep, definitely. And with that one reason why, okay, are we seeing two mages picked up from the start? Maybe it was some issue, but okay, might as well go in for the classic Nana marksman at this point.
See, this is what we get full crazy. We go intense with the analysis, Asuya, all the time. We get to the nitty gritty. Who's gonna win the lane? How they gotta go? Which side they gotta be aware? And then all of a sudden, it's like, do you want to be friends with Nana? I mean, shout out to Nana Plays over here as well. She's been helping coordinate with the tournament and everything. But I mean, come on, guys. She's here all the time. You don't gotta pick a Nana to kind of impress her. It's just like, hey, do you want to be friends with Nana right now, Asuya? I don't want to be friends with that Nana because I don't want to see that kind of a Nana in my game, especially when we need a marksman, right?
Yes, definitely. Let's just see what they're gonna do right now because that one pick has completely kind of ruined the draft for them. And with that, we are seeing a Louis being picked from the side, so they do have the macro control onto their hands. But then, hands down, that how fast the Matilda is gonna move around the map, how much are they gonna rotate? Because right now, especially I do see a Gusion, which I do not think is a great pick right there because he will be diving in, but then again, Louis can just, burst him down pretty easily.
I mean, yes, but I don't want to see the Gushin come out. This is classic Indian epic brawl meta that we want to see. He wants to go for a Ling. It's going to be Assassin versus Assassin showdown. And I think this guy wants to go for a Lancelot. Fake Memphi. I don't know if you're fake or not. I am real indeed. But at the moment, Asuya, you think he's fucker or fake?
It's Faki.
Okay, there you go. My fault. My fault. I was trying to get it right. He's Fake Memphi at the moment. So, looking at this Lancelot in the jungle versus a Hayabusa, it'll be interesting to watch. But this Nana is just could be the make it or break it because yes, it kind of works. The Molina when the implosion is coming out with the flicker, but you do need to have a purify. I know respect being paid towards Homo right now.
Definitely, like Tigreal is a great tank, but there is an easy counter to him that is the Purify. But right now, they might be, too much confident because Aurora does have the Pride of Ice, and she might be thinking that even if the Wiki Shadow kills or the implosion comes out, even if I die, I do have that second life. Same goes for our fake Memphi because he does have a lot of invincibility in his skills. So hands down to the execution right now because Nana is definitely going in for the marksman build right there.
Yeah, the Nana seems like going for a marksman build indeed, but has the mage emblem, so it wants to do a lot of magic damage. Of course, looking for the burst, still going into the gold lane. And I think also you got a mistake over that. It's not fake Memphi, it's Fake Memphi at the moment. And hey, just why not go along with what's going on in the internet, right? Because if you ask me, this Nana is not a real marksman, it's a Fake marksman. And look at Beware of Dogs. It has the volleyballs, wants to juggle it around. Without the level 2 of the Nana, gonna be a problem indeed. They want to get in towards the top side, and I think that's what they want to contest for.
Okay, look at him. Look at our Bruno. Just managed
Yeah.
to escape with the dash right there. Meanwhile, Tigreal just having the fun time of his life. I mean, right now, if I do look at both the teams, they're having quite a free time at the same time. Team KVMM, maybe they're definitely facing some issues because I see Matilda as well as our Tamus onto the base.
Oh, I'm Nana right now, but beware of dogs though. Oh my goodness, he tried to fight off more than he could chew. He went in, sliding tackle, tried to get the Nana, forgot that there was a big minion on the rise for him, and right now goes with the Phantom Execution. Fake Memphi might get caught up with the Yogi Shadow kill, and he will go down indeed. Quite easy peasy lemon squeezy for the Hayabusa at the moment. And I think also, yeah, this is the whole point of trying to build advantage, especially if you're playing an assassin.
Well, yeah, especially with the Hayabusa, you really need some snowball in the early because you will be managing to do a lot of damage. And of course, most of the game, unless you carry it towards the late game, the clock towards the late, like, the better the advantage in the early, the more higher chances are there for the victory.
True, they need to kind of get that going. They need that snowball, right? That's the word. That's the key word that we're looking for. He got the quad shadow already. Fake Memphi right now might get caught out. Here's the diversion play. Oh, Thorn Rose trying to escape, but Iho right now, at the moment, they're trying to get something going. Phantom Execution on the bot side. Bravest Fighter comes out. Fire Fist with the Land Shaker. Goes for it. Gets the kill. Try to make that a double. Flickers out of harm's way. It's a level 5. Lapu Lapu versus a level 2 Tamus. What are we looking at right now, Asiya? What are we looking at?
They do have some issues right there because the Thamus as well as the Matilda, they're just stuck up onto the base. I mean, just look at them. They do not even have the roamer right there. They have a weird marksman, but still, they will be facing issues because the first tier has already been taken down right within 3 minutes of the game.
I mean, you're right. It's not just the fact that they don't have a marksman. So yes, they have a mage. Okay, let's look at the positive. Let's not kind of, oh wait, never mind. They want to go for it. Molina Blitz is there. Molina trying to get him off. The passive has been popped already. Pain coming through, but Yuwa goes for it. Flickers forward, but the flicker back is there as well. He gets caught out with the Frosty Breeze. Homo tries to go in. He has the implosion. He does not have the flicker, but here comes the Phantom Execution. Beware of Dog should be taken down, and that was some bait coming through, and Balk right now gets caught out. No, he's not trying to escape, but the Quad Shadow goes in. Finally, the Nana goes down, but without the Yogi Shadow kill, a lot being traded left, back, and right. And you can see instantly Fake Memphi gets that double. Well, Iho right now stole something on the other side and just got away.
I mean, he managed to get all those kills, but then again, look at the push from the bot lane. Lapu Lapu having the best time of his life, soaking up all that core from the bot. 2 tiers are taken away, and like I think definitely the next battle would be easy for them. It is 4 versus 3 after all.
I mean, I don't know. It doesn't look like 4 versus 3 to me. It looks like 5v2 at the moment. But Asiya, you know what? Looking at the atomization, let's look at the positives that the red team has, right? We need to look at the positive for KVMM, regardless of the fact that they are down by quite a lot. The only positive I can see is the fact that in a full-fledged team fight, they might actually be the ones to come out on top. So they need to stop getting picked off, just like the Hayabusa picked off the Aurora, and they need to find a way to get this Nana online. With that Molina Blitz might be the biggest play that she'll be making, or he'll be making currently in his ML career.
I mean, definitely, and she has gone in for the Feather of Heaven so early. Really needs that extra shield to protect herself from the damage which will be incoming. Meanwhile, in the mid lane,
yeah, I think in the mid lane, he's just trying. I don't think Fake Memphi can really do much at this point. All you gotta ask him, are you the real Lancelot or are you not? Because half HP trying to go in, it's like all those shorts and the reels that we see, shing, 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 and then just unfortunate, instead of getting the victory sound, you're gonna get defeat. But because at the moment, they're trying their best, but just not having the numbers in on their side just proves to be that they're just on the back foot.
yep, and at this point, I do not even see any hope for them. They're losing the macros, they're losing the micros too. I mean, Lancelot is, a far game MP, he's trying his best, but what can he do? No, with the Bloodwings right there, Hayabusa going in for the kills.
Ooh, that was a good ultimate coming out from that Aurora Frigid Glacier. Caught them in his boots. He got too aggressive. And you're right. Finally, you got Asia to say Fake Memphi and not fake Memphi. Because, you know, come on, Asia. You're right. I don't think he looks like a real one, does he?
Um, Definitely, of course, he is not. He is Fake. I mean, Kronos has said it, so of course it is Fake.
That's what his name says. We're just going by their name right at the moment, nothing more. But here comes the diversion play. Look at that. They're trying to get on the brush. Fallen Owl right now wants to go in. Oh my goodness. The dispersion rotation combo is just too much for them to take. Pride of Ice has already been popped. And at this point, they need to find answers. I mean, I'm not sure if they're requested for a pause because I don't see it just yet. But if you ask me, oh, that's what I was talking about, right? That's what I was talking about. That Molina gonna make that play, and that's what they gotta look forward to for the rest of the game.
They have 7 minutes into the game. Like, even though they are on, kind of a losing end, they still have managed to equalize on the kills. I mean, only 1 kill difference for them, but the second turtle is up, or might even just directly go in for the Lord at this point because they do definitely have the upper front right now.
Yeah, they definitely have the advantage. The big shutdown is there. Quad Shadow on towards him. He has the Blood Wings as well to try and help him survive, and almost got taken down. The passive of Blood Wings just popped in at the right time, so had enough opportunity for that Nana to survive. But if you ask me, this just a slow burn. They're just waiting for the inevitable. It's like one of those games where you know you're not gonna win, but you just gotta wait because the game doesn't allow you to surrender, or your other trio teammates that you're going with, that's on your side, don't want to surrender. So you're just waiting for that moment where you're gonna die, and that's what's happening to Fried Rice right now. I'm not sure if it's chicken or vegetarian, but got taken down. Fire Fist into the back line, trying to go for a little bit more, and he got the double, took them down. 3 down for the side of KVMM. Meanwhile, the blue side trying to get the advantage and try Brawl, looking to end the game as quick as possible.
Yep, and I do feel sad for the Matilda because I really love fried rice, and just dying without just satisfying the taste bud of any person. That's a very, very sad thing for something which can be eaten.
Yeah, I think at the moment the Lord is there already, Asuya. But Asuya, looking at, let's take the game aside, right? Because the game's already happened, and we know what's going on, and it looks like a one-sided story, a one-sided affair. What could have gone better, or what could not? What should have the red team done to kind of make it better for themselves?
They were definitely trying their best, but of course, like the snowball, Hayabusa is one of those assassins you really did not want to give the snowball to, and the EXP was completely lost because the Thomas was level 2, and like we did see level 5 bravest fighter right there. I mean, look at how brave he is right inside the turret. He knows he has the upper hand. He can just dash in, dash out, and the team will also be there for the support.
Yeah, they're definitely going to be there for the support right now. They're trying to clear the Lord. The inhibitors, the target flicker with that implosion. Oh my goodness, but the Frigid Glacier to counteract the play, and the Circling Eagle as well. It was brilliant, but they bought enough time, and fucking Memphi saying that he is not done. Went for the double. Iho trying to flank from the side, tries to get them apart, but at the same time, you can see no Quad Shadow. He might actually be taken down. Thornrose is there to pick up the kill. He punctures his way, and finally, Fake Memphi showing us that he is the real one. And oh my goodness, they found a way to defend Asuya.
Quite impressive gameplay coming from his side. Even though they're struggling, I really love how he's, just... Okay, he might be in trouble, the rest of the team following up though.
Oh, Homo. I'm not sure what he's thinking of at the moment. Fire Fist, whenever the bravest fighter, got that Landshaker down, so it was right on time, but Fried Rice trying to find a way to get Fake Memphi out of there, and yes, he does with the help of the Guiding Wind. Molina Blitz on towards Beware of Dogs, but the dispersion rotation is just too much for this Thomas to deal with. He does not have the right itemization just yet. Went for the Corrosion Sight, which is an important first item to get his Power Spike on the board, but without having that Radiant Armor or Athena Shield or even a Silence Robe, he can't really do anything. But oh my goodness, goodness, fuck a Memphi. What are you on? He went for the Phantom Execution, but gets caught in the Landshaker. Thorn Rose, unfortunately, not the Kyrie we want to see in this game, but gets taken down. And now with the advantage, they're looking to end the game, Asia.
I mean, I have this fucking MP has my complete respect. He's trying his best, even the rest of the team seems to have given up. He's still trying his best, showing off his skills. He's doing a good job, if you ask me.
Yeah, at the moment they are looking for the end indeed, Asia, and right now Fried Rice might want to be looking for a play. Beware of Dogs goes in, Homo leading the charge. A real man never hides behind the brush, but the Circling Eagle buying enough time, and Fake Memphi gets the single kill that he's looking for. Beware of Dogs actually goes down, and what is this? Every single time we count them out, they find a way back into the game. The goal lead was 10,000, and now they've cut the deficit to less than 5k.
They are pretty good at defending, not even a single inhibitor left. They are facing the minion pressure right there. The next lord of the game is up, but still they're managing such a great job right there.
Yeah, I think right now they want to go in. Oh my goodness, he got the kill. Yes, they trade mid laner for mid laner, but Iho is the one who's caught out. He is there, but oh, the guiding wind. Fuck, Memphi fell for the trap. He had the quad shadow to get our harm's way. And I think right now the Luminous Lord is up, and I think they want to contest.
They might be in a position to contest right now, but then again, they really need to be careful because I do see the Lapu Lapu zoning away the damage dealers. He's doing a great job, and then lacking the purifies. They even need to be beware of the flicker implosions which will be coming from the side of the Tigreal. Meanwhile, they'll also be facing those hefty minions, and they do not have a proper clearing, considering they do not have a marksman right now. They are in a hard situation.
Oh, Implosion wants to be Homo wants to make the implosion play. He went for the conceal, and you're right. I think the super minions are a little too chunky for them to deal with the Lord. Asuya, the Luminous Lord, is marching down the mid lane. Could this be the end that they're looking for? Take it away.
This might be the Lord marching down along with the rest of the team. Look at the damage coming in from the Bruno. Okay, the Revitalize hasn't popped up. The Bravest Fighter going in. The base has been marked down by them. The Frigid Glacier, the Implosion connecting onto one person. The Circling Eagle. So many things are happening, but of course the base will be marked away as it will be a victory secured by Team Tri-Brawl.
Hey, Tri-Brawl. They had everything in their favor. They went for a composition that works. They went for a composition that's what the game asks for, not the mage as a marksman. But of course, at this point, you gotta give a shout out to the MVP, Fake Memphi, because the way he's been playing, oh my goodness, he is a real one. And on the other side, of course, having Homo being the playmaker for the entire team with that implosion, with those conceals, he was not only creating the plays, he was also creating enough space for Fallen Out to deal the damage. Made sure didn't let go of the mid lane control, one after the other, objective after objective. It was an easy play. It was just a downward spiral for the side of KVMM, and unfortunately they could not dig themselves out. So I mean, if you're asking me, was this worse or Drake's embarrassment that happened at the Super Bowl? I think maybe Drake's embarrassment, but this was a good match in the end of the day.
Yep. And of course, even though the side Arfaki Mamfi, he won't be going up ahead in the tournament. But of course, you do have my respect. The micro was good because I did see, even though they were lacking on the gold, he was trying his best to, drain out farms from somewhere, and he was making sure that the gold lead doesn't exceed much. But how much can a solo man do?
True. It was all up to him to kind of carry out the game, but unfortunately could not, do everything for the team. There's only so much he can do himself without the support of his team. But at the end of the day, nonetheless, KVMM put on a good show. It was great for us as casters, myself, Kronos, and of course, alongside me, the special one, Asia. It's not Josie Marini anymore, folks. It's Asia. You heard her. It's special because she's on the desk, and of course, Asia. I think after all this, you can just take us into that break,
Yep, let's go in for a short break, but do stay tuned, everyone, because there are more exciting matches to come.
And welcome back to the Moba India Championship Season 1. We're here in round 3, day 14, into the night, into the midnight actually, because the evening is already passed away for now. But yes, we're going to be having teams that's going to be in the blue side as the ET, and on the red side is going to be DS. We don't exactly know what their full form is.
Sir, what's
It's
your command?
definitely going to be
Your
all right
team
because I'm
is
going to be
banning.
joining by my co-caster, none other than Wands. How's it going, man? How's it going? Or maybe not. I think the technical issues are going to be spiking for now. So while Wands is fixing his technical stuff, why don't we just jump in straight into the draft and see what's actually going on? Because ET here already starting to kind of ban that Fanny. And as you know, the Fanny does do a lot of impact on this meta because it's either a pick or ban. It does have these kind of counters that can go against Fanny, but on the hands of a good player, it's just way too much. But I feel like Wands is finally here. How's it going, Wands?
Yeah, just fixing the connection issues there.
Your team
So
is
both to
banning.
catch me up, what's going on here?
Yeah, nothing much. It's just that the blue side is going to be ET and red side, as you can see, is going to be DS. So
Uh-huh.
nothing much fancy so far. It's just those meta picks and meta bans that's going to be coming up for now with the Suyu, the Fanny, and also the Hylos.
Wow, I mean the Hylos ban, coming out from the side of DS, it's really odd. We do not regularly see a Hylos ban. But then again, the Hylos can be a big hindrance, when it comes to the laning phases because he is a really tanky
Always on
front
the
line,
way.
so dealing with
Your
him is quite a
team is
hassle.
banning.
So they are probably looking like for, those kind of junglers that can, go in, such as the typical fighter if we talk about because Hylas is mainly known for countering fighters and
Absolutely.
yeah. And if you look at the ban multi, we even see
Your
Matilda
team is
ban.
banning.
I mean, Matilda, she is such an absolute great support. Picking her out of the picture, not wanting to deal with her in the phases, it's really good.
Your
And
team is picking.
wow, the bans here, a lot of meta bans coming from the side of Team ET. They have a Julian Thuyo as well as a Fanny. And on the side of DS here, they've even taken out the Jujin. So that
Your
Jujin
team is picking.
ban is quite a reasonable because they do not have the first pick. But then again, they are forgetting out the Badang. So the Badang will be going into the hands of ET here.
Absolutely. Badang being open on the side of ET, especially we know ET as Jejit here, kind of be on the EXP side. So using a Badang either on the EXP and the roam, it works so well. But for
Yeah.
now, they're I mean
Oh,
like DS here, or they're going straight for the hybrid pick. I mean that's definitely liable because with the Purify you can kind of dash away with
oh,
Your
Badang's
team is picking.
Fritzberg.
mhm,
So on the side of
yeah,
DS once again, they're picking up the joy so far, but on the side, as you can see in the ET side, they're just going for the assassin ban so far. So they don't actually want DS jungler to be picking up, but actually it's gonna be a joy picked on the side of DS.
yeah. And on the side of DS, we have a lot of meta Leonins, with the Joy and Harrod. The Harrod will probably be very dominant in the laning phases against the Moskov because he does outburst him. Moskov does need that spike, to reach his max potential when he gets his hand on those items. But until then, he is quite vulnerable if he does not get a proper gang from his teammate. But then again, here, what am I looking? A Gusion pick from the side of ET.
Okay.
Man, Gusion pick these
Okay.
days are really odd. We don't even see Gusion picks much in rank these days, and to pick off a Gusion in a tournament, especially, that's a really really bold move. So they are,
Mhm.
going with that risky play here with that Gusion.
Definitely. Why not once? It's a best of one series still. So they're eating is I feel like they're quite confident on this Gushin pick so far.
Yeah,
But I mean like looking at these compositions so far, if Gushin can kind of get those items and those, 5 hit on the Shatterblade slaughtering, he could basically kind of like, burst down at least a Harriet to in my opinion, because Harriet here I'm pretty sure he's going to be taking that Purify. So unless he could easily dash out the sword spike that's going to be coming from
yeah,
Gushin,
he's most likely going to be bursted down. But anyhow, don't forget on the side of ET, Moskov being picked
Yeah.
on the side, but Moskov is going to have a hard time against this Harriet if this Harriet is going too close. But don't forget the spare of Misery will be the one to knock him off most of the time. But then again, once the Zaman Force hits, it's going to be quite hard for this cute Prince guy to kind of like lash it off.
Yeah. If the Moskov wants to make an impact in this game, he basically has to play the safest game of his life here, because he will be needing those items. So if the gang that will come off from the side of DS, they are successfully executed on him, then basically he's gonna be like a walking duck most of the game, because his power spike is basically in the late game. So if he does not get to that spike, he will be falling off really hard. But then again, if you look at the bans here, we even have a Selena ban as well as Aurora from the side of ET. And honestly, these are a really solid ban, because Aurora being that mage pack with a lot of crowd control. And let's not forget Selena, who has just recently entered the meta with the recent buffs on her. The Abyssal Arrow, the Garrote, so much faster and smoother. And on the side of DS, though, a Sicilian ban as well as a Phobia is pretty reasonable in my opinion. But then again here, as a roamer, they've picked off a Hilda, Bolty. That Hilda will be such a hindrance for that Fusion, because she does have a lot of damage even in the early game, especially when it comes to sustaining as well, because the passive, the Wilderness, it will just keep on giving her that extra mere HP that she will be healing per second, as well as that Revitalize in the early game. That will, make a lot of trouble for that Fusion in the early game. But then again here, looking at the side of ET Bolty, we see a Vexana pick as well as a Carmilla probably. That could be a pretty solid combo, but no, okay.
I think so. I mean, solid combo indeed, because that Curse of Blood will be the one to synergize with Carmilla. I mean, not Carmilla, but Vexana here, right?
Yeah.
But look at the side of DS. They have 4 very mobile heroes, which are basically going to be dashing, with a lot of movement speed, just hopping on others at the same time. Look at the Hilda that's just going to be roaming around and being pinked as a roamer. Wait.
Wait,
don't do that to me, okay? Don't do that to me just yet. But let me finish my sentence. And with 4 mobile picks on the side of DS so far, but to kind of like respond to that, they're like picking this Vexana on the side of ET, because having that mobility, the only thing that can stop it with a cursed grip by Vexana, which can kind of like cut off this engagement that's going to be coming up. But whoa, what a pick that's coming up. So I'm actually not sure about that Angela pick, but wow, this
Volty, if you recall, I had an Angela pick recently when I was playing with you. So is that Angela, going on the mid side, with that Angela mid lane? I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure that I think that's gonna be the thing that's gonna be happening, because Harriet, I mean, he needs to go gold, because he needs the item to kind of like get those items, get the power spike, and start bursting down people, right? So, okay, mid lane Angela once again. Staying in the tournament here, we know that ET are picking off that Gusion to kind of underestimate their teammates, but look at this, on the side of DS, they're doing the same thing, respawning with an Angela mid lane. And here we are, the Land of Dawn, just like that. And it's going to be quite interesting, because both of the teams are actually kind of trolling it out. Blue side as ET once again, and red side is going to be DS. So for now, it's going to be the jungle clearance with a bit of Hilda on the roamer protecting, or maybe he's going to go and try to steal.
Probably just, sitting around those bushes, trying to look for a possible lost lamb. But then again, no one quite there yet. And, on the blue side here, ET just going to focus on that orange buff for now. But then again, both teams are farming in the early phases of the game, so not much going around. But then again here, we see that the Joy already, taking that orange buff there. So we'll probably be rotating around the purple buff. We'll probably go there to the EXP. But then again, here the Hilda, you know, Bolty already with that early game rotation against that Moskov here. Oh.
Cute Prince, almost overextended, gets baited out. And as well, the goal coming in to save the day once again. 2 roamers on top side, they're just doing their thing for now. Cute Prince had to force out the Spear of Misery to kind of push back the Buluchi. Oh, never mind. Here comes the Shadow. Please slaughter once again. It's going to be a kill. There we go. It's the first blood to the side of ET with the Gushin on the early game burst potential. Just bursting down the Hilda before Hilda can get anything more. But bot side again. Oh, look at the flick coming in from Jijit once again. Ryder and Mr. This shoot to kill, not being able to give up on the Badang just yet. It seems like this Angela might fall. Never mind. Just walking so much in the bush. But bot side, do you see the solo juking for Jejit there? Just killing. And it's going to be 2 kills on the side of ETs. And just like that.
Yeah, wow. ET are actually pulling, oh my goodness, on the top here, Bolty.
Oh. No. Mr. Honey Badgie gonna fall into the hands of Anos Voldigol, the Demon King himself. But once again, Turtle spawns, 3 kills on the side of ET. For now, seems like this Hilda is going to be camping a little bit for now. I feel like he do a little bit of peekaboo in the bush there. So I feel like that Vexana definitely sees him maybe. But here again, goes in with the Curse Blast, check the bush. And yes, they finally get it. Jejit is in position to kind of like, give the vision at the same time. He'll be, flicking out with the surprise fist break. So top side again, it seems like there's a little bit of a dazzle in top. But that's going to be definitely long right. But bot side is just going to be another pokes or maybe the turtle. When is it going to be fighting? Oh, here we go once.
Yeah, the turtle fight is already stirring up here. And Bolty, look at the roamers always in the front. Oh no.
Ryder riding up. Oh, he gets a lot of CC, gets killed instantly. Jejit's gonna be the one to killing. Oh, double kill. There we go by Jejit. Mr. Badang with the fist cracks. SOD, big pop. Q Prince gonna be the one to come in. A little bit of a nibble on the side. But as you know, ET gets the upper hand, getting the turtle for now. And with that being said, 5 kills on ET so far. ET, they go for the troll picks, but on the side of DS, even though they kind of go for the troll pick, they can't really make this work because ET is just way too, early game just farming this out.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Mid-side Angela going down once again. That's what you get for picking a mid Angela because it's a Gushin you're talking about. He's just going to be bursting you with the Shadow Blades. Top side once again. Mr. Honey Badger might be falling. Pops in. That's the Mount Force once again. Double Looty gets taken out once again. Q Prince will be the one to take the kill. And look at ET with 7 kills on their side so far. They're on the goal lead again. And look at the Q Prince. Let's see his items. He's going for the Trinity. Definitely going for more. I feel like this is Angela falling once again. Curse of Blood being popped as well. Ryder trying to dash it out, but might get taken out. But never mind. SOD connecting for now, but nobody's going to be dashing out quite yet with 8 kills on the side of ET and none on the side of DS.
Yeah, if we look at ET, they are really ahead on the lead. The goal difference is just way too much. They have a 4.6k goal lead at the moment. And on the side of DS, they don't even have a single kill here. But then again, on the mid though,
shoot the kill. Tanking a lot of damage. Oh, gets a little bit of a fist break. And here comes the Rider with the electrifying beats. But will he be beating? Instead, he's going to get a beating from Jejit there. Rider still wants to go for more. Does not have the electrifying beat to do just yet. But Hilda takes out Q Prince once again right now. That's the first kill on the side of DS.
Oh my god.
Fight's coming in still. Jejit is a very tanky boy. He might get it, but yes, he escapes. And look at the Curse of Blood. Connecting is going to be Kellier. Taking a double. There we go. Old Shabri Gushin assemble the chat as your Lord Gushin here, getting the kills. 10 kills on the side of ET so far, with just one. Just a mere one on the side of DS. Turtle spawns again.
Yeah. Wow, ET are actually really pulling this off really hard. Even despite having a Gushin on their side, they're actually making the most out of that Gushin. The Gushin is actually quite, quite decisive with his kills because he does know what kind of heroes he can pick off, and he is only looking for those targets which he can pick off. But then again, another turtle fight steering right up here in the mid side. The joy. Oh my god.
This time, DS got the turtle. Look at that. Look at the Angela riding on Ryder because Ryder is a rider. Haha, what a joke. But anyhow, look at the Curse of Blood connecting the tree right there. DS in trouble here. Cute Prince. Gotta get the kill to shoot the kill right now. Ryder actually getting the kill on Badang once again. But Honey Badger trying to do something. It's gonna be a one-on-one trade with bit of a better trade on the side of DS, but here comes Mr. Shadowblade Slaughter, still takes out Honey. He's gonna trade it out with the Hilda, and with that being said, that is definitely a better trade on the side of, I think, ET right now.
Man, they did get a lot of kills though, but let's not forget that on the side of DS, they have taken down all the bounties that were on the head of ET, so they have that goal on their side. And if you look at the goal, what's cooking here in the bot lane though? Man, the Vexana.
He just ate a full, curtain skull along with the Yo-Yo Blitz, almost gets taken out, but it was good that he survives that. If not, that could have been like a kind of a blunder on the side of ET. Once again, suit kill. Just going in the bush without checking the bush, but Ano's Willigo would be the one to say no, get out of my bush. And once again, there's going to be two teams are just going to be looking for the openings to get to that engagement. Ryder might go in with electrifying beats with the Leonin crystals, but not quite yet. But as Cute Prince just show himself now, but it's going to be the bot gank, I think, because Jejet is the only guy in the bot which is very vulnerable because everybody on the top side are going there right now once.
Yeah. Volty, I mean, as I was saying, in the draft, that maybe if, DS, they put a lot of pressure on that goal lane and gank that Moskov, not let him get his hands onto those items, he might fall off and kind of sitting duck, but no. ET are just doing the exact opposite of what I was saying. Oh, look at the mid-tier third there. Oh my god, Volty.
Oh, look at Ryder going in for more. He just want to use the electrifying beast just now. Ryder gonna go for more. Gets maybe right there. Maybe also gotta trade it out with a little bit of a Hilda. And there goes the Cute Prince is going for more. But I feel like Ryder here is gonna have the everything that's gonna be popping off right now. He's gonna go for more. Honey in the backside. He's getting a little bit of a fisted crack on the wet one, but it's gonna be Ryder still getting the turtle so far. Gushun is a bit angry. He's going to be the Saturday Slaughter, but Honey, no, Honey will take the kill. There we go. With Cute Prince getting the double. It could be a triple right here because Ryder is gonna fall to those spears. And here comes Cute Prince with the impaling spears, the Prince of Spears. He's going for more, maybe for a Maniac, but no, that's a heal that we're talking about, Cute Prince. And with that being said, very good trade on the side of ET because 4 people lost on the side of DS. ET will get that any time of the day.
Yeah, the goal lead even they're just pulling everything on their favor. Even the goal lead talk about the objectives. They're getting the objectives. They're getting the turrets. If we look at the top side, there's nearly only an inhibitor standing as well as on the mid, and on the bot here we just have merely 2 turrets standing. And if you look at the Moskov though, he has already completed that Trinity, so he will be hitting really hard and fast. He is also rushing for that Malefic gun. Once that completed, it will be a game over for
Cute Prince tanking the Curtis call. But what can they do? What can DS do? Because the Moskov alone was enough to pressurize them, and they're just going falling back. They know they cannot win the fight just yet. Instead, they're gonna go for the pickoffs because all of them are really mobile. But speaking of mobile, they don't have the items to be bursting out quite yet. But Ryder here might meet a demise, not just yet. It's just gonna be these two waiting for the Elemental Lord on the side of ET.
I mean, Balti, talking about DS though, not only are they lacking behind the items, they're lacking even in crowd controls, because the crowd control is what they need to pin down that Moskov, that Fusion, as well as the Vexana. And the only crowd control they have will be like the Hilda with her ultimate that can stun for merely a few seconds there. And with that, we see the Elemental Lord already spawn at the moment, and it seems like Team ET here will be the one securing it right away, not gonna wait for Team DS here to come and just steal it here. Oh, look at the zoning coming from the side of.
Matilda, not Matilda. Vexana alone just dropping the Eternal Guard was enough for the entirety of DS to just scramble off. So if we're talking about a comeback here, I feel like this Hani is working on the Holy Crystal. That Holy Crystal might be just what they need for the late game
Yeah.
burst. But don't forget, this Moskov would already be full built by then because we're already seeing 4 items. Look at that. So it's going to be
Yeah.
kind of hard. But after that, I think you might go for the Rose Gold. Who knows? Maybe more damage. But I think it's going to be the Rose Gold for the Harriet. So with that being said, Elemental Lord marching down the middle side. Inhibitor is going to be trying to be protected inside DS right now. The golden shield comes in with the Q Prince. Look at the Q Prince just gonna be poking off everybody here. Curse of Blood being connected to 2 on the side of DS right now. Oh, the damage is crazy. 2 is gonna get evaporated right there. Look at the Eternal Guard being dropped once again. This Q Prince is gonna get that double once again.
I think this is a game over, Bolty. They can just lock the crystal and it's a GG for them.
Yeah, that's pretty much true because the Curse of Blood is going to be connected and everybody falls, and there we go. That's victory in the side of ET because they know what they're doing. The Gushin was also there, even though we don't usually see the Gushin on the side of these tournaments. It's a Gushin that has the burst capability of mobile heroes shutting down. So here you have it. There you go.
We have Team ET on the win for this game, and looking at the draft, I was kind of skeptical about the Gusion pick, but then again, that Gusion did what he needed to do. He did pick off those Angela, those Harriet in the early phases of the game. He did delay their farm, and when it came to the late, basically the Moskov did everything he had to do. He pushed entirely everything he could. He had a solid 72% push as well as 36% damage dealt. And if we talk about the Carmilla, though, a really well-deserved MVP, the team fight participation, the Carmilla with the Curse of Blood connecting it beautifully, and then the combo being followed up by his teammates, especially with the Vexana, with that Eternal God and Soul Grip providing that chain CC was absolutely cherry on top, man.
Yeah, just Anos Volgold as the Demon King himself with the Carmilla as a Vampiress, I should say.
Yeah.
Connecting the Curse of Blood, as you can see in the final fight as well, the Curse of Blood, we saw it 2 times. And both of the times were enough to eliminate everybody on the side of DS, right? First up, it's going to be the Hilda and the Who, and it's going to be the CC. They fall to the Curse of Blood by connecting to them. And the last one, 3 of them getting caught there and just dying instantly again. So this is a deserved MVP for the side of ET Roamer. And with that being said, DS couldn't do much there. They go for the high mobility pick, but the Angela is the one that actually holding them off because they don't have enough crowd control. Just look at them. Nobody crowd control having, the AoE crowd control that can just stop anybody from stamping apart. With Hilda just having that, that ultimate could just stun lock, but it's not going to be enough. There's also CC that's going to be just carton calling, but it's not like a complete CC reliable. So yeah, that's just the downfall on the side of DS for that.
Yeah. I guess we're done with that, and with that we will just be taking a short break, and we will be back right after.
Hello and welcome Ben. Because tonight, once again, this is actually going to be a very interesting match. As you can see on the red side, we have IGN, okay? We're talking about the real IGN. We also see all the players right there. On the side of the blue side, we have, wow, we have Team Wisdom again. So underdogs and top dogs match tonight once. What do you feel
Yeah.
right now, man? Wow.
I'm shaking, man. My like my left side here is totally frozen while my red side is like totally hyped up because these two teams are burning and freezing at the same time because it is top dogs and underdogs we're talking about. So I don't know how this is gonna go because if we talk about the top dogs, we have IGN, and they are known to be one of the best teams. They are really strong. So they might, pull an easy game against Team Wisdom here because Team Wisdoms are still the underdogs. So they still have to, yet to make their name in the Moba scenes. So yeah.
You know, once honestly speaking about this, look, they're going with the denied ban so far. They don't want to give, I guess, on the side of who IGN, they don't want to give their gold laner that specific two picks that he's kind of goaded at. It's gonna be the Harriet at the same time Melissa, and also a Joy just for the jungler on the side of IGN. So for now, it's going to be a decent banning on this both side, but it seems like even IGN is respecting their teammates by banning those easy, like pretty much pick or ban heroes on their side, namely the Matilda, the Jujin, and the Gatot. So first pick is going to be on the side of the underdogs, Team Wisdom here. Mikey is going to get that first pick. So what are they going to prioritize on this? Oh, they're going straight for the Badang. All right.
I was going to say that. Yeah, the Badang, always if you leave him open, people are just gonna slid him right into their pockets. They're not gonna give it away. But then again, here we have the Grandeur open as well. Oh my goodness, Witch here with that Grandeur will be locking onto it right away.
Became a member.
Even the Hylas onto the
10
side
months
of
of membership.
IGN.
Hello, Grin Grin.
So
damn,
they have the goal lane secured. They have shown their goal lane card. So they can go off and pick away the Irritel as a counter. But then again, they are going to lock that Irritel right away. I think that carry being shown on the screen is just like a mere trolling. Looking at the mages, though. Yeah.
I just hope Team Wisdom here, cook up a better draft. Instead, they're going for the poke here. Maybe Farsa will be good enough, but not really. They want something to slow down the Centaur here. But instead, they're going for the jungle. Lucas, are we seeing a glimpse of what? MPL King Kong picking the jungle Lucas here?
Yeah. Because in that game, King Kong was no longer King Kong. He was Beast of Light in that game. And Team Wisdom, they're trying to pull off some kind of a move here with that Lucas jungle. And here we have a solid EXP pick coming off from the side of IGN. We have a Phoveus pick, which is a really solid pick. With that Infernal Pursuit, he will be dealing a lot of HP-based damage as well as sustaining in the front line. And let's not forget about the picks that are yet to be, picked and banned as well, because we are heading into the second draft of the ban, and we are seeing a Tigreal ban from the side of IGN. They are denying away those, those roamers that can pull up those setup. And with that, it is just going to be another ban from the side of Wisdom here.
This is the real IGN we're talking about, but it seems like Zhojin and Mirio back on EXP. I'm pretty much sure there. But on the side of Team Wisdom, they don't want to give one nuisance that could be that Louis on the side of IGN, because they have so much tanky heroes. Look at that. We have Zhojin on the Hylos and Mirio on the Phoveus as well. And look at that the ban coming in the side of IGN. They just want to deny Team Wisdom a counter for their picks, two of their tanky picks. That is the CC right there.
The CC ban is absolutely commendable, because the CC does so well in the EXP. With the Curtain Coil, as well as the Yo-Yo Blitz, dealing a lot of burst damage the DPS is just absolutely insane. But then again, a Valentina pick, just a perfect
time.
counter for that Lucas. She is going to be spamming that ultimate like there is no tomorrow, because if the Valentina copies the ultimate of the Lucas, her ultimate CD will merely be only of about 8 seconds. So we will see a lot of Valentina turning into that beast of light. And Balti, look at the pick. Just as IGN were coming off with that chunky lineup, we see a Lunox pick to provide that burst damage. But then again, a roamer though, I'm not really sure how this Florin is gonna complement Team Wisdom, because of course the heal is quite crucial in this game, but let's not forget the only front line we have here is the Lucas as well as the Badang. So if the Badang will be prioritizing that full tank build, there will be a lot of damage lacking from the side of Wisdom.
Yeah, Team Wisdom, I'm actually kind of rooting for them because their draft is pretty much all right. The Lunox for the tanky picks, the Badang can kind of stunlock most of them. But Lucas, on the other hand, that could be another time. The counter pick for the Granger, that's going to be the Irithel. And, a bit of a heal to top it off, that's going to be the Florin. But looking at the side of IGN, they just came in and grabbed the Hayabusa. So this Florin is going to have a hard time because I feel like this Hayabusa is going to target him at the same time the Irithel as well. So pretty solid drafting from both sides, don't you say?
Yeah, I think the drafts are pretty solid from both of them. But yeah, with that, we are just going to be heading straight into the Land of Dawn in about merely a moment. So yeah, back to you, Bolty.
Back to the Land of Dawn indeed. With a surprised, match. Both the audience and the casters are kind of like a little bit of a flabbergasted part here. So with that being said, blue side is going to be Team Wisdom. Will they have enough wisdom to, pull it off the pro players as well? Who knows? Team Wisdom might be that underdog that actually could match up against Team IGN on the red side right here. And with that, Zoshan here, checking the bush, trying to get a little bit of ring of punishment to the side of Clint. And with that being said, what about you, Wanz? What are your thoughts?
Yeah. The the ring of punishment coming off, especially in the early game from that Hylos, is quite good because he did help the mid clear that phase. Oh, look at the invade coming off from the side of IGN already, trying to provide that early game vision for the junglers to make their way for the invasion. But no, Team Wisdom will be the one getting that buff and stop that Hayabusa from making his way there to steal it. But then again, here a lot of skirmishes on the mid side here, a lot of poke, a lot of lane clear, and on the goal lane though, it seems like the Irithel is struggling against that Grandeur because the Rhapsody is just way too overwhelming for that Irithel.
Absolutely. Look at the top side. IGN tree side. Actually, both tree members on top side looking for a potential fight as well. But the Hayabusa, Mr. Respect, is going to be on the bot side trying to pick off the, Mr. Shashibu Buridana. Oh my god, that's a long name. I'm just not gonna even attempt to say it once again. But anyhow, Kisaki here trying to use a little bit of flower for the bingle. But here comes Respect with the shadow. Oh, here comes more. But he's gonna go back. Still not enough to take out the Clint here. But look at Lucas coming in for more. He wants to be the Riley Beast of Light. Goes in with a flash combo. Here comes Millie on the backside. He's gonna give those back shots indeed. And look at Respect coming in with the first blood with his style, using the launching velocity shurikens to kind of poke the jungler Mikey down the side of Team Wisdom as IGN just goes straight for the turtle.
Yeah, it seems like it is going to be a pretty easy turtle for the side of IGN. And with that, the turtle will go to the side of IGN. But then again here, the Hayabusa coming off with that invade. Oh,
that Rando here, forced out by Aaron here. They thought Clint was gonna get it to him, but Aaron doesn't use the flicker, so that we know he's a pro gold laner. So of course he's not gonna do that. But on the side of both sides, it seems like Zoshan here gonna rotate top side, potentially looking for the ganks again.
Yeah, potentially look for a gang, but then he's not quite able to look for a gang because the Irithel is start hugging at the moment. But then again, let's not forget the reinforcement coming from the side of IGN. Look at the Valentina just constantly.
Which in trouble? Oh, never mind. He pops in with a Beast of Light. It's gonna be two Beasts of Light flashing down, or maybe not. Which is just going back. backside behind Jojen. Uses the blast. Here comes for more. Oh, look at that perfect stun coming in from the floor and to stop the pure, aggressive on the side of IGN right now. Seems like Team IGN are well, composite because they're just staying together, even though they're just gonna leave that bot lane EXP because EXP wise, you could just leave it there and then let the pretty much go for the fights in the early side.
Yeah, and talking about the match so far, I think that even Team Wisdom is pretty disciplined. They are not rushing, for any kind of indecisive plays here. They're making their plays really carefully. But then again, look at Witch with that Valentina providing that.
Jojen in the bushy. Wants to take out somebody. Look at the discipline plays. Here comes the glorious pathway for the side of IGN, and Kisaki might fall not. It's going to be Witch falling here instead by Flawless, getting the kill on the mid laner of IGN right now. Look at Team Wisdom going back and just grabbing the kills instead. Taking 2 kills on the side of IGN with their decisive plays. On that, the turtle will spawn. And it's going to be basically, free turtle on the side of Team Wisdom, but not yet because Respect here could still hit the Retribution Steal as well. So let's see.
Yeah. It seems like a turtle fight is going to start in a moment, but then again, it seems like the 5 members are present in the mid here from the side of IGN, which is just crazy. Nah, never mind. The Grandeur is heading back to his lane to protect that gold plate, and Turtle will be falling to the side of IGN again.
Forces out the flicker right there. I was just trying to say, the IGN got the bromance of how they're sticking together. There is unity in strength, or strength in unity. That's actually the other way around. Sorry about that, guys. But anyhow, look at Zojin here. Look at the way Zojin is just providing vision by not doing anything and just staying in the bush and is giving that vision. But look at Respect here, trying to get caught in a little bit of the flash combo of Lucas once again. But then again, we still have Zojin here trying to do the Elemental for surprise, but Witch is getting caught by Zojin. Never mind, it's gonna be the glorious path. It's gonna be on the spash on the side of IGN here as Witch takes it up. Miro gets the kill on Lumos once again. But look at the power of IGN that's falling on the side of Team Wisdom, as their Wisdom was not enough for the rampaging IGN to come here, because Aaron is also here. The rotation just coming in from these pro players right here, and they take out the Badang in the midst of the tier 1 as well. And that's IGN to you, but enough glazing. Team Wisdom need to play it a bit more safe. Need to check those bushes, because Zojin, the way he plays, he likes the cam. Look, he's going for more on the bot side. He's just doing that again.
Man, the fight that is being pulled off from the side of IGN is absolutely crazy. The way, oh my goodness.
Oh, another one buys the dust. Is it gonna be Mikey once again? That's Sonata falling by the creator. That is Aaron, the fist crack, trying to be pushed on Witch, but Dark Chase gonna be one to escape those pushes. Upside, we're just gonna see Miri on Flawless being trading out the blows, but bot side is where the fight's gonna happen right now, because of Respect here looking for that Shadow Ogi once again with Shadow kill, but he's just going for more. Not gonna be stealing that that red buff, because the turtle's gonna be spawning. Don't want to waste that retribution, or Cop is gonna scream, "You idiot!" again.
Yeah, definitely. And with that we see the third turtle already up, and IGN here just on their way, melting down that turtle like it is nothing. Even the third turtle will be falling to the side of IGN. And since the match has started, we didn't even have a moment to even look at the itemization here. But then again, another fight being stirred in the purple buff.
Glorious path. But look at Mr. Fisser. He's not gonna be fishing much, because the side of IGN, they were take out, Team Wisdom did take out Zujin in the process for trying to be a sneaky, centaur in the bushes for now. So Respect just gonna come for more. He uses the shadow kill towards Kisaki, but Kisaki, he comes in for more, but look at the fast hands plays coming from Respect here. You have my respect, sir. But here comes Mirio here, crashing with the Infernal Pursuit. He wanna smash it all up just for more, but look at that, tanking the brilliance of the Clint once again. but the Death Sonata by Aaron the Creator, creating the triple kill on the side of IGN. And with that being said, that's 8 kills on the side of IGN with just 3 on Team Wisdom, but the goal difference is real as most of the turrets fall on the side of Team Wisdom, with IGN only you losing 1 mere tier 1.
Yeah, the goal difference is absolutely insane. They have like a 6.5k goal difference on their side. Even they have the the objective on their side. They have 4 turrets push on the side of IGN. They've taken 4 turrets from the side of Wisdom. And if we talk about the items, we see the Grandeur being the one with the highest goal, has already built 4 items, has even 30 stacks on the Sky Piercer. But then again, a lot of poke coming on from both side of the team here on the orange buff. It seems like another fight will be steering here in the mid side. A lot of poke coming from the Grandeur with that Death Sonata as well as the Rhapsody here. Bolty, look at the engage gonna come up. Oh,
Flawless is in trouble. Pops out the heavy crossbow to kind of douche it out with the Ducati. What color is your Ducati? It's gonna be red, I think, once, but never mind. Flawless. Will he be flawless? But I don't think so. Because 4 people inside of IGN, what can you do? Instead, just kneel towards the top dogs for now, right? Wow, what
man, the way
over IGN is just pathetic. But anyhow, Elemental Lord gonna be falling the side of IGN once again. Mikey here traded off the tier 1 with the Elemental. I mean, that's the best you can do, right? Even though you're losing, try to trade it off with the split pushes. Pretty good thing for Team Wisdom to do, I should say. And with that being said, Zozen once again in the bush, trying to play it on the vision side. Aaron the Creator giving those death shots, Death Sonata onto the face of Kisaki. And what can Team Wisdom do then just to find gaps of IGN? But I don't know if they can find it just yet.
Yeah, well, the gaps are not being. Oh my goodness! Look at the pool coming off.
Oh, Aaron the Creator with the Death Sonata picking off the Lunox once again. But look at Mikey surviving, but you can escape the Creator himself as he gets the double. It's gonna be the triple again. And look at that, Zozen falls, but the triple being picked up on the side of IGN. That's enough for them to just take this inhibitor. Respect goes in for the shadow kill. Double kill right there. And everybody falls on the side of Team Wisdom as IGN will triumph once again the best of 1 series in the Moba India Championship Season 1. Taking down Clint once again. But Witch, Witch just taking that Clint ultimate brilliance, ending off with style. And there we go, IGN. That's IGN to you, everybody. Nothing else to say.
That is just the way IGN does the thing, guys. And I don't even, have to say much here because it is the top versus the underdogs. So the outcome was already pretty much predicted. But then again, let's not forget, the efforts being put on from the side of Team Wisdom. They did manage to hold their ground against Team IGN for quite a bit. Even the plays that were coming off from their side were quite decisive. But then again, it just not enough to execute Team IGN here. So yeah, with that, I am just gonna be gonna stop whatever I'm capping here because
Come on, Maz, don't do that to yourself, man.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the first time. Actually, this is like the first time I'm witnessing IGN with their new lineup. That's like Mirio, Respect, Witch, Aaron, and Zozen. So I'm actually kind of impressed the way Zozen plays with the high-lows. Like going into the bush, just camping there and waiting for your teammate to clear the lanes just for that, tier 1 invasion, as they did both on top and bot side. So they were able to secure kills as well in just not inhibitor, but in just the vicinity of the turrets. So, that's how pro player plays. Yeah.
Yeah. The thing with these top teams that I like, is the way they coordinate with one another. One is going on, the others are following up with all that they have in the pocket, in their bags. They are just, gonna trust that one who is engaging. Like, we see that, there were many calls being made from the side of IGN. The Phobius was ahead, going with the engage in the third as well. And the team was like, fine, we're gonna follow you. We're gonna take this call and we're just gonna follow you. Come right in, and it is a successful, complete, beautiful execution of that gang. And this is what the underdogs, they need to learn from the top dogs. They have to learn the coordination, to be to be reliable on one another. If the other is making a call, they have to trust that call and just go with it, because if not, then they might not even make it to the finals of this series here.
Yeah, that's very much true. But props to Wisdom as well for pulling up at least like a 10-minute game against IGN. So yeah, congrats to
Yeah,
them as well. But the Lucas pick, it was kind of, it does have a little bit of a, an impact because he was trying to 1v5 most of the time. But yes, he also pick up the highest grading on their side. So I mean, yeah, congrats.
mhm,
But Lucas being IGN, they're just gonna pick up the Valentina to counter you, and that's what they did. And with that being
yeah.
said, guys, that is gonna, I think this is gonna be the final match for tonight. We are so thankful that you guys have been dropping out, witnessing the match. You are, greeted with the IGN match as well. So yeah, candy for your
Mhm.
eyes. So with that being said, it's gonna be me and Once that's gonna be hopping off for now. Maybe we'll see you guys again on the Monday, but I think tomorrow's gonna be a break anyway. So, anyways, I feel like Once might say a little bit for more, and then he could close it all off.
Well, I think this is it, guys, for tonight. And let us not forget the MVP of tonight. Obviously, Aaron, the creator on that grandeur,
He is the
performed really
creator.
well. Yeah, definitely the creator. He created a lot of triple kills on that game. So yeah, just wanted to highlight that MVP of the winning team here. So with that, I think it is going to be a night for tonight, and we are probably going to call it off for tonight. And we will be seeing you guys in the next round. So stay tuned. And more is coming up. The top teams will be making their debut again. And as you know, we're heading straight into the finals, semifinals. We are going to see a lot of thrilling, exciting games. So, guys, stay tuned and just come up with the support we really appreciate. And with that, it is going to be me and Bolty signing off for tonight. Bye bye, guys. Good night. And don't forget to have your dinner because I'm starving.
Don't forget to leave, like, subscribe, and share. Yeah, and not share anymore, but yeah, leave a like and subscribe. Bye bye.
Okay, guys, spend time. Spend time, spend time. Let's go. 3 more spins left. Let's go. Congratulations, winner. Give me your game ID and server ID. Okay, give me your game ID and server ID. Appreciate that. Thank you. Two more spins left. Congratulations. Give me your game ID and server ID. गाइस मैं शायद लकी हूँ, पता है? जो लोगों का बार बार नाम आता है ना, शायद मैं लकी हूँ। आप लोगों को मुझे अप्रिशिएट करना चाहिए, समझ रहे हो? वाह कांग्रेचुलेशन 2 days। स्पिन कौन कर रहा है भाई? स्पिन कौन कर रहा है? नाना प्लीज कर रही है स्पिन। लाख तो है कि नहीं? अपना टाइम आएगा, बिल्कुल आएगा, सबका टाइम आएगा। दो जल्दी दो गेम आईडी सर्वर आईडी। आज नहीं तो कल आएगा, क्या पता लास्ट वाला आ जाए आपका ही। ये लो 1 मिनट, वेट 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 वेट। अच्छा ठीक है, ये ले लेते हैं। कौन इनवाइट कर रहा है भाई? रुक जाओ यार, खेलूंगी मैं, मेरे को 2 मिनट दे दो, ये कर लूँ यहाँ पे काम, उसके बाद खेलते हैं। विनर 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 चिकन डिनर। लेट्स गो फॉर लास्ट पिन। लास्ट पिन क्या इक्सिया प्लीज को आता है? देखते हैं गाइस, लेट्स सी, होप फॉर द बेस्ट। अगर आया, अगर इक्सिया प्लेस का आया तो भाई फिर गुड लक मान लेना मुझे, ठीक है? अगर आता है तो, अगर आता है तो let's see never mind। congratulations winner, never mind। आज नहीं तो कल, आज नहीं तो कल, आज नहीं तो कल। थैंक यू नैना जी, माय प्लेजर। योर ब्यूटी इज द लक। कोई बात नहीं इक्सिया, कल, आज है तो कल, कभी तो लक आएगा। जल्दी तो गेम आईडी सर्वर आईडी। अगर ये एफ के है तो मैं रीस्पिन करूँगी, देख लो। चैट बताओ रीस्पिन क्या आ जाए, क्या ये एफ के है? मुझे ये बंदा एफ के लग रहा है, बिकॉज कोई रिस्पॉन्स नहीं है। Sorry. Give me your game ID and server ID. Okay. सॉरी। कल एक स्पिन किया था मैंने, उसमें किसी का आईडी गलत आया था। क्या वो स्ट्रीम पे है अभी अपना आईडी वापस से भेजने के लिए? क्या मुझे कोल्ड होने वाली है? आवाज़ से तो ऐसी लग रहा है। थैंक यू।
वो ग्लोरियस था, मैंने ले लिया उसका आईडी।
ले लिया ना? ठीक है, ग्रेट। ठीक है, चलो गाइज, डन विथ लाइव स्ट्रीम। मिलते हैं आप सभी से हम कल की लाइव स्ट्रीम में। बाय बाय गाइज, गुड नाइट, ड्रीम्स, टेक केयर। बाय। Hi guys, I'm back. I'm Baku with the streamo. चलो ठीक है, मैं मेरा चैट खोल लेती हूँ, सॉन्ग लगा देती हूँ। ठीक है, ठीक है गाइस, एक सेकेंड। गाइस 50 लाइक्स नहीं हो रहा क्या आप लोगों से? है भैंस की टंगड़ियों भैंस की 50 लाइक्स नहीं हो रहा तुम लोगों से? आओ सिखाओ तुम्हें अंडे का पंडा। हाय पेके जी, हाय चैट। क्या बोल रहे थे गाइस आप लोग? क्या बोल रहे थे? हेलो अमित। वेलकम। क्या पॉइंट्स का क्या बोल रहे थे तुम लोग? पॉइंट्स का काम नहीं कर रहा है क्या? ऐसा होना तो नहीं चाहिए, लाइक पॉइंट्स काम नहीं कर रहे हैं। नाना प्लीज दीदी, एडविन लास्ट सेकंड मैच ख़त्म होने के बाद के गिवअवे स्पिन किया था, मैंने गिवअवे जीत लिया पर डायमंड अभी तक नहीं मिला। डायमंड आपको टूर्नामेंट ख़त्म होने के बाद डिस्ट्रीब्यूट होगा। लाइक अभी सेमीफाइनल होगा, फिर फाइनल होगा, तो जब फाइनल होगा उसके बाद डायमंड डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन होगा। पिंकी बोल रहा है पॉइंट्स नहीं बढ़ रहा, क्या सीन हो गया पॉइंट्स का? थैंक यू, वेलकम वेलकम गाइस। हाय अबूजा, वेलकम। पॉइंट्स का क्या हो गया? बढ़ नहीं रहा है। सारे पॉइंट्स रीसेट कर दूँ सबके, 0 पे कर दूँ फिर बढ़ेगा? करना है टिराई करना है गाइस, बताओ कर दिया जाए सबके पॉइंट्स रीसेट? बताओ, बोलो बोलो, पॉइंट्स रीसेट किया जाए? मुझे खुद को नहीं पता पॉइंट्स ऐसे कैसे हो रहा है, लाइक ऐसा होना तो नहीं चाहिए। मार दूँ सबके पॉइंट रीसेट? मंडे को कुछ नहीं मिलेगा। नहीं रीसेट नहीं 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 नहीं, ठीक है। हाँ पक्का पक्का मार दूँ? चैट बताओ, पॉइंट रीसेट मार दिया जाए सबका? नो Hi Nana, please sister. I'm your Insta follower plus subscriber. Oh, thank you. Welcome to the stream. वाह, बताओ बताओ, मार दिया जाए. रिसेट पे मेरी उंगली है, बस इसे टैब करना है और रिसेट हो जाएगा. सब सब गायब, सब सारे पॉइंट्स उड़ जाएंगे सबके. करना है रिसेट. वाना ट्राई. अरे एक आधा कुछ वो करके देखो ना यार. क्या बोलते हैं, कुछ ग्लिच हुआ होगा. ये स्ट्रीम लैब का ही ग्लिच रहता ही है. आई डोंट नो कैसे नहीं बढ़ रहा. बढ़ तो रहा है चोमू इंसानों, बढ़ तो रहा है. क्या नहीं बढ़ रहा? नहीं बढ़ रहा है क्या? रुको, लेट मी चेक. अदरवाइज सब उड़ा दोगे मैं. सब भैंस की टांगों से लाइक नहीं होता, सब उड़ा दूंगी. थैंक यू नाना जी. मैं प्रेजा. नो, बाल बाल इतना पॉइंट बनाया है दीदी. अच्छा, बड़ा तो है पॉइंट, नहीं बढ़ रहा क्या? अभी देखो एक बार तिराई मारो. तिराई. आज सैटरडे है ना. अभी देखो देखो बढ़ रहा है. जब तक एक आधा मैच खेल रही है, जब तक मैं बैठी हूँ. आज मैं शायद ही मैच खेलूंगी. आज हम शायद ही मैच खेलेंगे. आज हम शायद चिट चैट ही करेंगे सिर्फ. हाय नाना प्लीज सिस्टर, प्लीज डू प्रीमियम स्टारलाइट गिव अवे. होता है हमारे चैनल पे प्रीमियम स्टारलाइट गिव अवे होता है. 700 पॉइंट्स अगर आप पे रहते हैं, लाइक इफ यू रीच 700 पॉइंट्स, so you will get starlight premium card with weekly pass with epic skin. Points are increasing, only captain is not online, his point asked. सही बात बोला कोमल ने. वैसे ऐसी बातें बोलोगे ना, पॉइंट्स नहीं बढ़ रहा है, मैं रीसेट मार दूंगी. मैं बता रही हूँ, फिर हो जाएगा टाइट टाइट फिश. फिर मेरे को कुछ मत बोलना. मेरे को लगेगा बग है, मैं रीसेट मार दूंगी. सब हफ्ते भर की मेहनत चली जाएगी पानी में. बताओ. आज भी तो आप जीते हो ना. आज तो आपने आईडी सही दी थी ना. हंड्रेड सुपर चैट पे कितना बढ़ेगा? 15 पॉइंट्स. अगर 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 अभी किसी ने मुझे बोला पॉइंट्स नहीं बढ़ रहा है, मैं सीधा जाऊंगी, जाके रिसेट मारूंगी. गुलाबी जी, मंडे को 2 एपिक स्किन एक साथ लूँ. बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. अरे हाँ, लियो, कार्तिक एंड एस्ट्रो राइट. रुको, लास्ट वीक के विनर्स कौन थे जिनका एपिक स्किन ले रहा था? मुझे चेक करने दो 1 मिनट. ओके, लास्ट वीक के एस्ट्रो थे. चेतन को दे दिया था. चेतन काफ़ी टाइम से मेंबरशिप लिए थे तो फ्रेंड लिस्ट में थे वो. कार्तिक, लियो एंड एस्ट्रो का एपिक स्किन और जो भी स्किन है वो पेंडिंग है, तो ये मंडे को वो भी मिल जाएगा. और उसी के साथ साथ वो ये लाइक अपकमिंग जो अभी मंडे है उसमें वो जो बोलेंगे वो भी उनको दे दिया जाएगा. तो इनडायरेक्टली दे विल गेट 2 स्किन्स, लाइक 2 एपिक और मे बी जो भी है. लियोन का ग्रेंजर वैलेंटाइन स्किन है. कार्तिक का ऑदित वाला स्किन है. वेनम स्किन एस्ट्रो का है. ठीक है, परफेक्ट. अरे हाँ, अभी एक ही दिन बचा है पॉइंट्स बढ़ाने के लिए गाइस. आज का दिन और कल संडे, कल का दिन, परसों गिव अवे. अब कैसे करोगे आप लोग? आई हैव नो आइडिया. आई हैव नो आइडिया. लेजिट, आई हैव नो आइडिया. सो लेट्स सी. मेरे को आज गेम खेलने का दिल तो नहीं कर रहा है. लेट्स सी.
Take my eyes open to force reality. Why can't you just let me eat my weight in glee? I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids scream.
चलो ठीक है, कस्टम करवा दो. कस्टम? नहीं यार, तो कस्टम कौन खेलेगा? बाय द वे मुझे आज चाव का स्किन मिला है. लेट्स यूज चाव का स्किन. मेरे को केएफ चाव मिल गया आज, पता है किधर है? ये देखो. डैम ब्रो, बट आई एम नॉट चाव प्लेयर, ठीक है, बट स्टिल आई विल ट्राई टू प्ले. स्किन मिला है तो ट्राई तो करना चाहिए ना, यू नो. पिंकी जी आपका स्किन कलेक्शन दिखाओ ना प्लीज. दिखाती हूँ आपको दिस मैच. आज यार दिल नहीं कर रहा है खेलने का ज़्यादा. थोड़ा खेल के एंड कर दूँ दिस दिन. रैंक खेलो ना इस बार. यार मैं देखूंगी, अभी थक गई यार मैं होस्टिंग करके. अभी देखती हूँ. वैसे भी 11 बजे स्ट्रीम एंड हो जाएगा. आज हमारा मैच भी बहुत लेट चालू हुआ, तो अभी देखती हूँ मैं. ऑफ स्ट्रीम देखूंगी खेलने का, या तो फिर डायरेक्टली कल. एक मिनट रुको, मेरे को ये ब्राइटनेस बढ़ानी है. क्या कर रहे हैं? करूंगी यार रैंकुश. मेरे सामने कौन है? डायनासोर. ये चेंगी क्या है? ट्यूशन है वैसे. ऐसे ना बनाना पड़ेगा. अरे हम हार गए थे यार राइजिंग में. दिखाऊंगी हिस्ट्री, दिखाऊं क्या राइजिंग का? कल ही हम लोग हार गए थे. 6 बजे का मैच था हमारा, हम हार गए. I will show you history. या मेरे को अरोरा का स्किन चाहिए था. जब मेरे को पता है डुगाटी में भी ना मेरे को इरिथल का स्किन चाहिए था. आई गॉट लियोमार्ड. Even though this KF में I was hoping for Arva skin and I got Chauka skin, but मैंने बोला था अगर मेरे को Chauka KF मिलेगा तो I will start playing this hero. और अभी लगता है वो मोमेंट आ ही गया है कि अब चाउ स्पैम करना पड़ेगा मुझे थोड़ा. Because after all I am getting such a beautiful skin यार. पागल ही होगा जो ऐसी स्किन नहीं खेलेगा. और डिमांडिंग भी बहुत है स्किन, यू नो. आज बिल्कुल थक गई हूँ मैं. Maybe after this classic I will end my live stream. 11 भी बज जाएंगे. पिंकी जी फ्री स्टाइल करो. अच्छा. Even though I'm not chow player, you know. Gushin KF chow. Oh my god, KF Gushin भी हमारे टीम में. Damn. मैंने देखा ही नहीं है तो. KF Gushin तो देखा ही नहीं था भाई मैंने. Hi Captain Bro, welcome to this stream. I wasted my flicker. Shit. मुझे सरप्राइज करने वाली थी. Rich people with chow skin. अरे bro, I got the skin luck. Like luck बोल सकते हैं. I just got the skin with luck. I was hoping for Aurora skin, but I am happy. Aurora का already collector skin था मेरे पास, so it's fine. Bro, right now I'm having Athena. मैं से बच के रहो थोड़ा. थोड़ा पहले डिफेंस जाएंगे उसके बाद दूसरा. मैम मेरी इंडियन एमएल नहीं आईडी नहीं खुल रहा है क्या आपका? सर्वर इशू होगा. मुंबई सर्वर से हो क्या? मेरा तो चल रहा है क्योंकि गेम खुल नहीं रही है. एक बार गेम अनइंस्टॉल करके इंस्टॉल कर दो. ग्रेट. डैम ब्रो क्या सेवर है. लेजेंड इसको जाने दिया. गाइस अभी ये हीरो सीखना चाहिए क्या मुझे? क्या बोलते हो?
The enemy has slain the turtle. Destroy the turret. Monster kill. Shut down. Initiate
एक आधा डिफेंस आइटम बन जाए फिर उसके बाद डैमेज आइटम के साथ जाऊंगी मैं. Seriously, my team got disqualified because my net went. Arey, arey.
Been destroyed.
Recall मारना.
Destroyed a turret. An enemy has been slain.
कोई डिफेंस आइटम नहीं, डैमेज आइटम नहीं है ना, मैं कुछ नहीं कर सकती. थर रही है मेरे सामने आने को. ओ
Double kill. Triple kill.
लॉल भाई.
Team destroyed a turret. Your team destroyed a turret.
टीम के पास जाते हैं.
Shut down.
टीम मर रही है.
An enemy has been slain. Double kill. Your team destroyed a killing spree.
Gather at the Lord. Understood.
Mega kill. Double kill. Triple kill. Maniac.
Nice one.
Your team destroyed a turret.
Gather at the Lord.
Okay.
यार इसमें से क्लिप बनाना है मुझे. जो क्या नाम है, जो मैं फाइट कर रही हूँ ना.
Gather at the Lord.
देखा नहीं है. गाइस मैं कैसा खेल रही हूँ, चाहो बताओ ना यार. तारीफ तो करो.
Our turret is under attack.
तारीफ तो करो.
An ally has slain Lord. Our turret has been destroyed.
Fuck it.
An enemy has been slain. Legendary.
Very nice.
That was amazing.
आपको ये स्किन खेल के कैसा फील हो रहा है? बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है. Like it's a god level skin, you know.
Legendary. Destroy the turret. Double kill. Triple kill. That was amazing. Shut down. Your team destroyed a turret. Your team destroyed a turret.
तो किसी और का भी क्वेश्चन खुला है
An enemy has been slain. Initiate retreat.
फक के मैं किक नहीं मार पाई किक नहीं मार पाई मैं
An enemy has been slain.
पता नहीं कैसा खेल रही हूँ मैं लॉल बट मैं फेड तो नहीं हो रही इतना बात पता है
An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
खा गए बोला फेड नहीं हो रही हो मैं मरी हूँ भाई खत्म करो भाई लेट्स एंड करो इधर खत्म नाइस
Victory!
ये क्या बुला रही है एक और मैच खेल के एंड कर दूँ क्या 10 मिनट है ना एक और
Let the eternal melody.
स्किन का कलेक्शन देखना है ना आप लोगों को वाह मैच तुरंत मिल गया मेरे को नहीं पता वापस 24 खेलेंगे हम हाथ बिठाना है इसको I will go tank, okay? Tank करती हूँ। I searched you on YT. I was Clint. Damn, nice. अच्छा खेला आपने Clint. Welcome to the stream. Stun Chow versus KF Chow. Yeah.
5 seconds till the enemy reaches the battlefield. Smash them! All troops deployed! First blood!
मर गया. क्या बोलूं इसको लिंक को मैं अर्ली में क्यों जा रहा फाइट करने वाह लिंक वाह लिंक वाह वो चाउ डैमेज बढ़ जा रहा है मैं टैंक जा रही हूँ
Ally has been slain. The enemy has slain the turtle. Request backup. Ally has slain.
फक ये लात मार दी
Request backup. Okay.
Fuck. Oh damn, I'm dead I guess. Damn bro, damn way, I still is dead. Lol.
The enemy has slain the turtle.
楽にしてやる。貴様の死をもってな。無駄だ。
Request backup.
俺が怖いのか。
Launch attack. Ally has been slain.
बढ़िया क्वेश्चन भाग गया है भाई बंदा
無駄だ。
Ally has been slain. Our turret has been destroyed. Let's try again.
लिंक फीड कर रहा है सरेंडर कर रहा है लॉल
無駄だ。
Request backup.
血を割る。
रॉन्ग क्लिक कर रहा है सीखना होगा यार ये चीज़ मुझे सीखनी होगी ये चीज़ सीखनी होगी फ्लिकर मार के उनको अपोजिट साइड कैसे फेंकता है ये सीखूंगी ना
Ally has been slain.
月を見るたび思い出せ。
इसका अल्ट मार्क कर सकते हैं क्या कौन से डायरेक्शन में मारना है वो अच्छा वी कैन मार्क दिस ओके गॉट इट
俺が
Turret
怖いの
has
か。
been destroyed. Our turret is under attack.
無駄だ。
अच्छा ऐसे मार्क कर सकते हैं
Rages around, motion in my head.
死を楽にしてやる。貴様の死をもってな。
Our turret is under attack.
このままでは終わらんぞ。
Well played.
मैं टैंक ही बिल्ड हूँ यार मैं क्या कर सकती हूँ I can defend
The enemy
I
has
can play
slain the
defensive
turret.
or I can protect my teammates but that show is going with damage build
無駄だ。
Our turret is under attack.
無駄だ。
Our turret is under attack.
無駄だ。
Ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
無駄だ。楽にしてやる。貴様の死をもってな。
Our turret is under attack. Our turret has been destroyed.
無駄だ。
फ्लिकर मार के जिस साइड मारोगी उसके अपोजिट साइड में एनिमी को फेंक दो
俺が怖いのか。無駄だ。
Our turret is
無
under
駄だ。
attack.
月を見るたび思い出せ。
Our turret has been destroyed. Enemy rampage.
無駄だ。
ब्रो किक
死の楽。
You have been slain.
डैमेज ही नहीं है क्यों गई थी मैं उधर लेजेंड आई एम नॉट हैविंग डैमेज फकिंग भाई ज्ञान के आ जाते हैं CH उनको पता भी नहीं होता है कि ये मेरा फर्स्ट टाइम है खेलना या मैं खेल चुके क्या डिजर्व नहीं है क्या डिजर्व है मेरे को ज्ञान देंगे आजकल के बच्चे जो लोगों के लिए गेम है उनकी लाइफ का अब मार ले भाई
Enemy has slain Lord.
खुद 5 बार मरा है कुछ नहीं खुद 5 बार फ्रेया से मरा है और भाई टैंक को ब्लेम कर रहा है ठीक है भाई स्टार वॉर्स है देख लो इनका हाल देख लो
Our inhibitor turret is under attack.
I really want to see कि आर्यस क्या कर रहा है
Has been slain.
एक किल मिल गया भाई सब गलती से तभी कोई उसके साथ नहीं खेल रहा है वो अकेला आएगा मेरे साथ मेरी टीम है लॉल लाइक रैंडम्स मेरे साथ है बिकॉज दे ट्रस्ट मी आई गेस ब्रो नहीं नीट एचपी बची है भाई है ना भी भाई छोड़ दिया इसने आर्गस ने लेचिड उसको
Inhibitor turret is under attack.
क्या होती प्लेयर है डैम ब्रो
Our inhibitor turret is under attack. Our inhibitor turret is under attack. Enemy has slain Lord.
डैमेज बिल्ड होती है तो मैं वन शॉट कर चुकी होती मर गया जाके वो। देखने जाके हेल्प ही मरा पड़ा था उधर।
Our turret has been destroyed. Our turret is under attack.
Nice. पहले भी अच्छा था। Nice we lost. Because randoms के साथ खेलना it's like यही they lost. हेलो भाई गाइस, एंड करती हूँ स्ट्रीम। भाई चॉकलेट मुझे किस खुशी में दिया? फक इट, आई डोंट केयर। ठीक है गाइस, मिलते हैं हम आप सभी से कल की लाइव स्ट्रीम में। तब तक के लिए डू लाइक, शेयर, कमेंट एंड सब्सक्राइब टू माय यूट्यूब चैनल। बाय बाय, गुड नाइट, स्टूडेंट्स, टेक केयर, बाय बाय गाइस। चलो कल मिलते हैं।
Let the eternal melt.
कल मिलते हैं गाइस, बाय 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 बाय। बुई बुई बुई। ओके कुछ बोल रहा है, रुको रुको देखे क्या बोल रहा है चैट में। चैट पे कुछ लिख रहा होगा वो। फक इट, आई डोंट केयर।
If you wanna be a wonder, baby, come and show it. Tell me what you feel in your heart and your soul is.